We're back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Sons of Montezuma Spitballers. Happy belated St. Patrick's Day.
You're still wearing green.
I found my Aztec shirt. I can't believe they made an Irish Aztec shirt. I never would have in a million years thought that was a thing. Shout
Well,
out
to be
my
fair,
mom.
we're usually playing basketball at this time, but
We're not going to talk about that.
too soon. Too soon. Sorry.
So,
But you're here for baseball and softball, so we're
and
here.
I'm Sean.
I'm John,
That's John.
and we're here to talk about all things baseball and softball on the Mesa. Talking about our Aztecs. It was a pretty interesting weekend of conference play for both teams for the first time. We got to see some people from the new Pac-12 and some regular faces. So we'll get into it.
It's funny because, honestly, I kind of forgot that Washington State was considered the Mountain West this year. So, we last time we're like, yeah, we're playing Colorado State, Mountain West, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like Washington State. Totally forgot.
Yeah, I was not prepared for when you messaged me being like, yeah, we won our first conference game. I'm like, we played the Pac-2? We're in the Pac-2?
It's gonna take a minute to figure it out. Well, if anything, they're Washington State's just like in different sports, just in random
Oh yeah.
conferences.
It's like Gonzaga. Next year is going to be so interesting to watch.
We'll try to keep it straight. I think we can do
Yeah.
it. But I think we're gonna start with some softball, cover those games, and then we'll get into the high scoring weekend for baseball.
Yeah. Well, I will say it was a tale of two different teams, right? Like you got
Very, very
softball
much so.
end of the road, both winning their series, but one was very low scoring defense driven, and the other was just batting all over the board.
Score more runs.
I want to say they out hit every game.
I think they did. But so we'll kick it off with some softball. We'll jump into it. Last time we literally were finishing up, and right after we ended the stream, softball walked off Cal Baptist with a run rule. They won 8-0 in the sixth inning. So we literally missed it by that much.
I think after that game, we solidified that we had the same amount of walk-off wins as we had non-walk-off wins.
Yeah, I think that's true.
Which is crazy to think about, like being whether that's walk-off run rule or walk-off in extras that we've seen a couple times at the Mesa.
Yeah, we've had a lot of run rule walk-offs, I will say. I mean, that's been pretty exciting. Yeah. Alrighty. So first game of the weekend. Obviously, I'm wearing the wrong color for this, but Colorado State was who we played. I promise I didn't wear green to any of the games over the weekend. But yeah, so that first game, Faith Jordan in the circle gets the start. It's defensive just matchup for the entire weekend. Yeah. I'm just gonna say it. I mean, we give up 2 runs in the second inning, and those are the only 2 runs that are scored to the entire game.
Yeah, talk about Friday the 13th, a brutal outing. When you end up being unlucky on the base paths, you get some bang plays like a double up of Lala Marcario on a line drive to the first baseman. You got another double up.
Yeah, it happened twice.
Kyra Cisneros.
It happened. Yeah, it happened in the first inning and the third, where we had a runner on first and a line drive to the first baseman for double play.
Jesus. And then a third base running mishap with Mia Rodriguez leaving early, and getting called out on a stolen base attempt.
Yeah, that actually happened again later in the weekend, so we'll talk about that later. But yeah, and I mean, Faith Jordan pitched her butt off. 5 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. I mean, she did a great job. It was the 1 inning. It was literally infield single, another single that I don't know if it says off of Jordan. I wasn't watching, so I don't know if it hit her or just another single. And then sack bunt, grounder back to the circle that somehow scored the run. But we got the second out, so fielder's choice.
Yeah, so fielder's choice.
a liner that apparently Angie Yellen missed catching by like centimeters, where she jumped and it hit off her glove.
Brutal.
So that's the 2 runs, and I'm like, it's just crazy. And I really do think that this game was all about just people on base. I mean, yes, the leaving early is that's pretty bad. That one you gotta even playing slow pitch softball. I know you can't leave early. I'm like, come on. But the double offs. I mean, what are you gonna do? You want to get a lead
you can't
because as soon as they throw it, it's just super unlucky.
It's not even a thing of doubling off and getting thrown out. It's doubling off and it's at the first base where you are like right there. So then it's just a foot race to get back to the bag. And
well, and the way you lead off in softball, pitcher releases, you get your primary and secondary lead. So if there's just a liner hit behind you and the person's right, like the first baseman is pretty much on the base catching it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna do? Like, it's just crazy. It happened twice.
Yeah, which isn't a lot, but it's weird. It happened twice.
I mean, we had a chance in the 5th inning. There was 1 out in the inning. Quinn Wyke got a single. Caleb Pollard hit a double, so we had runners on second and third. But then when their pitcher got us to strike out and foul out, and we didn't score.
Brutal. but a common theme that we'll talk about, we out-hit them.
Yep.
7-5 hits. So we're putting bat on ball. We're just leaving people stranded, whether that's on bang plays that you can't really defend against, or just leaving runners on base. And again, it's going to be a common theme. We're going to talk about it a fair amount today.
Yeah, left 6 runners on base, and that's the thing though. Those double plays doesn't even count as left on base because they weren't left on base. So it's like we left 6 still. If those other 3 don't get out on those, then you got 9 if they don't come around and score. So it's
that's brutal.
Yeah. Well, and what sucks too is I'm pretty positive both of the double plays were like leadoff hit and then immediate double play. So it was like just rally killer just right off the bat.
Yeah.
That being said, shout out to our pitching. Holy mother.
Yeah. Pitching was on point this game. Again, 1 bad inning can define a game, but when the other 6 are as solid as it was for Faith Jordan and Kiana Pua for this game, it's hard to be like, what could you have done more? Like,
well, and what's funny too is they combined for 7 strikeouts. So the thing that we've been saying we're not doing, they like for them in a game, it was the most strikeout. They tied the most strikeouts that they've had in a game like combined. So 7, which is like awesome. Yeah, like.
Well,
Kiana Pua just on fire. She didn't even give up a hit in her 2 innings.
Yeah. And hopefully we see this trend continue when we play conference level teams. Like, it's going to be interesting with newcomers like Grand Canyon, but once we see, we've seen it last year when we're playing in the Mountain West Championship, that we can rise to the occasion to when it matters. So if we can see that from our pitchers coming up, that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, and if anything, I mean, there's some grit behind the team if you look at these games from this weekend, where it wasn't pretty, but still overall 1, 2 out of 3. So I mean, it was in our favor. So on to Saturday, another low-scoring game. Colorado State, Ava Chappell with the start. She ends up going 2 1/3, gives up 1 hit, no runs, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
Yeah. Gets relieved by Kiana Pua in the top of the 3rd. And
Rams
finally got
so the Rams.
Someone,
sorry, I was gonna.
Yeah, you go.
Rams got the first run of the game in the 4th inning off of Kiana Pua, who, I mean, it's kind of surprising because she's been pitching so well. Gave up a solo blast in the 4th, but then Aztecs kind of respond in the 5th with Jaylene Hernandez leads off the inning with a single. Kiara Cisneros hits a sac bunt. Ali Decker advances to 3rd on a Lala Macario bunt for a single. Jade Ignacio, RBI double to center field, which scores Duker. Macario goes to 3rd, and then they change pitchers. Waikiki hits a go-ahead sac fly to bring in Macario. So we take the lead 2-1, all in that.
That sounds like prime small ball.
Very
I
much
don't. You
so.
could not draw that up better. For oh yeah, we're gonna get on, bunt them over, bunt and get on, so you don't get the out, and then oh yeah, we'll just hit a double and then score
Yeah.
score the person, and then
It's funny because this is the part of doing this podcast that's so interesting because it's like nothing in that inning is that exciting.
no,
But
no, but
we scored 2 runs and it took like 5 or 6 different people to do it. And so it's like you got to talk about it. Otherwise, it's very just what happened? We scored 2 runs. You know what I mean?
well,
Like
and I will say, if you liked the podcast from last night talking about Moneyball and football, Moneyball and softball and baseball, this kind of inning is very interesting from a analytical statistical point of view where oh wow yeah they didn't do much they're not it this game was the long ball versus the strategic aspect of baseball where you see it where hey we gave up a home run Keanapua gave up a home run but we bounced back and as a team came together and put the ball in play, made them make the mistakes so that we get on base, and then we end up scoring. We take the lead, and at the end of the day, the final score was 2-1.
yeah. So like
So
I said, that might not be super pretty, but it works. And the other thing is, you just had a game where you got shut out. So obviously, there's a funk. Like we're not hitting great across the board. So to be able to manufacture runs like that is huge. And
mhm.
it takes everybody, which it also gets people that might be personally be like either slumping or thinking that it's on them, that they need to score, be the one, getting RBI, scoring the runs, whatever. You realize that it's like, we can do this just everybody together, which I think that's huge. Because I'm like,
Yeah,
that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different, 6 different people all made that happen.
yeah,
Um,
and it's not even the ones that like I mean Jade was there getting the RBI double, but like we've been talking about a lot of people this year, and I can see I think 2 that aren't in that list.
yeah, oh,
Uh,
for sure.
so it's like, yeah, you're getting production from all parts of the lineup, which is awesome to see, especially going into conference play.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just want to give credit to all of them too, because everybody's got a job to do, and it might
Oh
not
yeah,
be that pretty in a stat like situation, but so it's tough because like relaying information to everybody. Yeah, it might get a little convoluted when we're talking about all these different people, but I mean, if you want to know who the grinders are, it's like offensive linemen in football. Like they're super important. Most people don't talk about them.
hey, he's not on my fantasy team. No,
Exact. Offensive lineman, yes, of course. Tackle eligible, going out for a route on your fantasy team. Yeah. Anyway, John gave it away, but yes, we win this game 2-1. There is an interesting thing that happened in the 6th, which I was gonna the other leaving early. In the 6th inning, we were gonna be able to put up an insurance run. Jaylee Hernandez hit what looked like an RBI double to the gap, but Andrea Tall left early, and it was the last
that's
out of the inning.
okay. So the umpires ate their Wheaties, and they were looking out for it this weekend, I guess, because
I mean,
that's
they must have been. It makes me think that something, maybe the Colorado State coach has seen that we tend to do that, and so they made a point to tell the umps, because I haven't seen us get called on that the whole season. I haven't even seen other teams get called on that this whole season.
well, and to be honest with you, it might be a Mountain West umpires thing where similar to that of like the MLB this year making first base coaches stay in that box. The Mountain West might have been like, hey, we've seen this trend. We need you guys to watch out on all aspects, especially in conference play.
I
So
mean, bold of you to assume the Mountain West knows how to do anything, right?
I know, I mean,
But you could be right. I'd
yeah,
rather credit Colorado
I
State.
could
I
be
think
right.
I think I think all the umpires are probably retarded. But that's just me.
That's why they're bald.
I just umpires. I don't know who's worse, umpires or basketball referees.
Yeah, I mean, basketball. I feel for basketball referees. The what is a foul? Let's you want to have
What's a
a
what's a foul? What's a strike? What's a catch? Nobody knows. Nobody knows any of these answers, man.
Oh God.
But
Yeah. So that's the the trinity of officiating conundrums is what's a catch in football, what's a strike in baseball, and what's a foul in basketball.
and then I think in hockey it's what's goalie interference, because that's the other one that nobody seems to
Oh
know.
yeah. What's goalie interference, and then soccer it's what's offsides.
No, oh gosh, don't even get me. Yeah, oh man, we're gonna go down a rabbit hole of just talking crap about officials. I'm like,
Okay.
let's get back on track. So our pitching, Kiana Pua, hammer, just absolutely shuts it down. You know, she
I
gives up
mean,
that one homer, and then 4 2/3 scoreless after that, 4 hits, no walks, 3 Ks.
yeah. No walks is awesome to see.
Well,
Just
it's funny.
raising that,
She's been striking more people out too.
yeah. Raising that strikeout to walk ratio. Exactly what we need to see. Another shout out, Jade Ignacio extended her hitting streak to 8 games. Best of her career. That's pretty 8 games in a row with a hit is pretty solid.
Yeah. And then, as you've been saying, we out hit Colorado State. It's funny
Oh
because we
wow,
out hit them
plot twist.
7-5. The same. I'm pretty sure we out hit them 7-5 the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
same,
7-5,
7-5,
7-5.
and we only left one less runner on base. So
Which I mean, it shows you how streaky a game can be, where it's, hey, yeah, you got the same amount of hits, but because the majority of them happened in one inning, that makes a difference.
yeah,
And we'll see that later. That's some of those baseball games. They get pretty crazy.
So on to the rubber match between us and Colorado State on Sunday. Kiana Pua gets the start. So she shuts down them on Saturday to end it, and then gets the start on Sunday.
It just,
I guess just roll with the hot hand, huh?
I mean, yeah, and to go from relief to starting is something that's crazy that you don't really see that much in baseball, but softball, it's been pretty cool to see these girls go out there and be able to shove, especially keeping that momentum from the night before, as she will in this one, pitching for the first 4 innings, only giving up 3 hits again.
Yep.
Yeah, or she had 4 hits in the previous game, but 3 hits, 0 runs, 0 walks again, only 1 strikeout this time, but still pretty solid.
And she only gave up one free pass, but she made them earn it, so she hit them.
Yeah.
Hey, if you're
And
gonna walk them, you might as well just hit them.
yeah, I mean, harder.
They'll go home with a memento.
gotta be able to connect the dots with the welts on their back.
I've had to do that before. All right.
But we got on the board first in this one, which is pretty nice to see, especially not playing from behind is pretty sick. We had 3 singles, Lala Mercario, Jade Ignacio, and Jasmine Williams. Nice to hear Jasmine Williams' name this weekend. And which loaded the bases, and Angie Yellen. Wait, what?
No, I think it was Lala single, Jade fielder's choice.
Got a fielder's choice. Jasmine Williams single, and then Angie Yellen got a single that scored Jade Ignacio
To give us a 1-0 lead, which in this weekend apparently was a lot.
Right.
I'm like, man. Then Faith Jordan takes over in the third for Kiana. So that's what's interesting. I think Kiana Pua comes back in. Yeah, she does. So Faith Jordan takes over in the third. Keeps Colorado State off the board. Pua comes back in the sixth and escapes the inning after a pair of 2-out singles. Keeps them off the board again. And then the bottom of the sixth, Angie Ellen picks up her second RBI of the game and the only other run of the game with a solo bomb. So
yeah,
the Angie Yellen game.
Yeah, which I'm like, cool. Angie Yellen game. That's sick. And to end the series, only giving up 3 runs.
Well, and going back all the way back to the Cal Baptist game, because we didn't give up any in that either. So over 4 games, we gave up 3 runs.
I think Sean's Wi-Fi might be on the fritz.
Oh, I can see me.
I can see you too.
Can you not hear me?
Okay. This is weird. Okay. I can see you. Huh? Maybe?
I
Okay.
can see you. Sorry, everybody. What happened?
Okay, I think we're good. There we go. We got there. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone. It's going to happen every once in a while.
But yes, over the last 4 games, we gave up 3 runs, including the Cal Baptist game, because we shut them out.
Which is pretty awesome to see from our pitching staff, especially when we were talking about that last week, where we're having all these games where it seems like we're giving up walks, we're giving up hits in rough situations, especially with 2 outs. So to see that lockdown happen, especially going into conference play, is awesome.
Yeah, if you would have told me that we would have only scored 4 runs this weekend when we win 2 games, I would have been very concerned.
Right. Yeah, when
that's
we're
pretty
out,
amazing.
The final score of the last 3 games combined being 4-3 was not in my bingo board.
Yeah, I would have been shocked. I mean, but that's just even more credit to the pitching staff. You're not really getting any support, and you still come away with 2 wins out of 3. If anything, I feel really bad for Colorado State because I'm like, damn.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's a rough. You win 2-0, lose 2-1, and then lose 2-0. I'm like,
well,
there's not a lot to feel good about on that one.
So moving into the pitcher of the week, I don't think we can choose one really. Like, I'll say Kiana Pua kind of had some clutch moments, but at the end of the day, I would say the whole pitching staff is just worth a consideration for being just all around a drastic change from the week before, something that we were not expecting, to say the least, and to do it with such confidence to take down a conference team to as well as they did. I would say just give everyone on the pitching staff the pitcher of the week.
Yep. I mean, I was going to say all of them that pitched in the last 4 games. So, and if we had to rank them, I go Kiana Pua, Faith Jordan, Ava Schaffel. But I mean, that's amazing. That's you go 27 innings and give up 3 runs for a 0.78 ERA.
Do you know off the top of your head who pitched the Cal Baptist game?
Yeah, I believe it was Ava Schaffel and
okay,
and Faith Jordan.
I was gonna say, what was it? Faith Jordan?
Ava Schaffel. I think it was both of them. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because I was gonna say, I was like, it's interesting to see just the amount of innings each one is pitching, and then you look and be like, okay, yeah, so Kiana Pua is putting in work innings wise, but you're also having Faith Jordan come in, pitch a couple innings here. You have like Faith started game 1, so yeah, she put in game 1, put in a lot of innings. Schaffel came in, only did a couple innings in game 2, and then comes back, or no, Faith did the last one. So
it was pretty much over those 4 games. It was mainly anchored by Kiana Pua and Faith Jordan, but Ava has stepped in and so she did start that Cal Baptist game. She went 3 shutout innings, and then Faith Jordan came in and threw 3 more shutout innings.
So you're seeing this. Hey, she's not pitching. She's not your go-to guy. Like, we had a couple go-to pitchers last year, but when she's in the game, she's performing excellently, and so it's cool to see that what might in baseball terms be your third string or third pitcher in the rotation is still excelling. Like, and if you only need a 3-team rotation or a 3-pitcher rotation, that's bomb.
Well, and I also think that this was really good to get them 3 to be the main ones, but it also gives Maddie Corda a little bit of a time to kind of reset herself, because I think she had a really bad outing, and then it kept just happening. And so you got to kind of reset the mechanism of like your focus and your mind and your brain, because pitching is so mental
Oh yeah.
that I'm like, if you go up there and you're just like thinking, don't give up a hit, what's going to happen? So
Well,
I think it's going to give her some time to kind of recalibrate some stuff and then be able to come back in and help.
yeah.
Instead of it only having to be them three, it gives you some opportunity to kind of get her settled back in.
Yeah. And when you start getting in that mental headspace, you start becoming a thrower and not a pitcher.
Mm-hmm.
There's an aspect of when you're pitching, if you can trust your uh, mechanics that you have ingrained in yourself and just be comfortable up there and have that confidence, that's the sign of a true pitcher. And so getting that break and getting that time to reset, she's got a long career
Yeah.
in college to figure it out. We're not expecting the a great, amazing, perfect game out of our freshman pitching, but
No, just rooting for her to be able to kind of get
oh
back
yeah,
on track.
yeah. And
And
she
then
has time to do it.
player of the week, I think, I mean, I'm trying to switch it up. Point
Oh,
out some different people. Angie Yellen had a good weekend.
mm-hmm.
Um, Past 4 games, she went 5 for 11 with 8 total bases, 1 homer, 2 runs, scored 2 RBIs and 1 walk. So the
That's
most interesting thing for me was I looked at, we're like halfway through the season at this point, pretty much compared to last year. So we've played
mm-hmm.
27 games, or she's played in 27 games, and last year she played in 54. So
Okay. Yeah.
comparing her stats from basically half to last year, she hit 294 with 45 total hits. This year she's hitting 413 and already has 31 hits.
Yeah. I'm looking at these stats you're showing me, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So she's tied her home runs from last year.
Yep.
She's
Her career high is 3, and she's done it like 2 other times, and she's already hit 3 home runs this year.
yeah. She's halfway there. She's over halfway on her runs from last year. She's about halfway on her RBIs, and she's 2/3 of the way to matching her doubles from last year. So trends, if she can keep it up, she's gonna uh pass all of those records she set last year by leaps and
Yeah.
bounds.
Well, and what's interesting to me is like clearly, I mean, she isn't a big power hitter. She doesn't hit more than 3 home runs in a year, but something has all of a sudden changed because now she's definitely. It seems like she's putting the ball in play more and getting on base more.
Yeah.
Um,
She's definitely seeing the ball well.
yeah, so I'm
Which
like,
which
good
is
on
something
her.
that happens when you play more and more in a setting like college or high school, college, MLB. The more you play at that level, the at some point eventually you will get better at seeing the ball and putting bat to ball.
And also, she plays a hell of a third base.
You know?
Not an easy position to play at all, and she
No.
does a great job. So that's our player of the week. Hopefully, keeps it going, rolling off
Yeah.
of her the game that she's the only one that got RBIs.
Yeah. And that being said, they're on the road. They're not, unfortunately, the only sad part about this podcast is that they will not be in San Diego this weekend. They are traveling to good old Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. I think this is the first time they're out of California this year,
Yep,
right?
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So they'll be at UNLV Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, uh, 6 p.m., 3 p.m., and noon, respectively. Uh, and the nice thing is, because it's conference play, we can actually watch it. It'll be on the Mountain West Network. Check out the Mountain West app if you're looking to watch these games. I am excited that we can actually watch it because being away last week was a little rough when there's certain games that you can't watch. I think most of them I could have watched last, or I was
I
able to
feel like
watch.
I will say softball has been easier to stream than baseball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I think that, yeah, that was the thing with uh the Tuesday game.
Yeah,
with
we played
USC,
USC, and it was on the
and it
Big
was on the
Ten
Big
Plus,
Ten
whatever
Plus. Oy,
that is.
boo, boo, Big Ten Plus.
So good weekend for softball. They came away with the series victory, and we're on to UNLV, and then we'll come back and talk about it some more.
Yeah.
But now baseball.
Are you ready for some baseball?
But wait, there's more.
Are you ready to score?
Yeah, are you ready to not score 2 runs per game?
Are you ready to score more runs in the first game than both teams did the entire weekend for softball?
Yeah, just get ready. Hold on to your britches, folks, because there's a lot of. We're gonna try to give you kind of rundowns on this. It's a lot.
Yeah, this might be a spiel, and then we have comments after the summary because
Yeah,
can
it's a
I
lot.
say the score first?
Yeah. So
Yeah,
Friday we played Washington State in our first conference game. Go ahead.
17-4 is a hell of a way to put a stomping on our new neighbors in the Pac-12.
In 8 innings.
Yeah. Rowan Leto started, went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, but 7 strikeouts. So we're seeing this trend again of getting insane amounts of strikeouts compared to last year. He ended up getting his 3rd win of the season with this one. Do you want to
Yeah,
start it off?
sure. I was at this game. It was a long one. I'll tell you
Okay.
that. It was a lot of fun, but it was long. All right. So Rowan Leto, you know, had a little bit of a rough start. Gave up two runs in the first inning, but then he kind of settled in after that. He also was helped out by a 5-run bottom of the first inning, where we sent 9 batters to the plate, and Max Farrell hit his first collegiate home run, which was awesome.
Yay, Max Farrell.
Bomb to left field. It's funny because afterwards, all the guys in the dugout were trying to be like, "Go get the ball." I don't know if they did. Anyway, move on. So we're up 5-2. We give up one unearned run in the 4th, so moves it to 5-3. Aztec score 1 in the bottom of the 4th on a Max Farrell sac fly. So 6-3.
So he's
Leto
having
gives
a
up
day.
an earned run in the 5th on he gives up 2 triples in the 5th. So
Okay.
6-4 when Leto leaves the game after 5. Aztecs score 2 in the bottom of the 5th on a Kelly 2-run single with 2 outs. We did something with 2 outs, which made me very happy because that hasn't happened a lot. So we go up 8-4, and then the Aztecs score 5 more runs in the 7th inning to kind of push it over the top. We ended up with 4 hits in the inning, 2 walks, and a hit batter. We sent 10 men to the plate. So we had 1 inning with 9 men to the plate and 1 inning with 10 men to the plate. Which that
That's
7th
pretty
inning
good.
was so long. So long.
How
It was
long
great.
was it?
It was long. It was really long. So Marnell and Peterson each delivered 2-run singles. Farrell added his 2nd sacrifice fly of the game. And then into the 8th, we get a Magpok single that he, I believe, gets the 2nd on an air, and then Marnell knocks him home with a single for us to walk it off.
Walk off. Walk
And that's how
off.
you put up 17 runs in 8 innings.
That's insane. So what is Yeah, so what is the uh
A walk off?
run
I think
rule?
it's 10. I think it's 10 after 8 or 7. 10 after 7.
So how did we
Oh, well, then I don't know. Yeah, because it would have been what? 16-4
Yeah, I'm like, wait.
in the 8th? I don't know, but that was how I was there. I know
Oh,
that.
14-4. It was 14-4. We're given
Oh,
bad
was it?
information here.
Oh, I can't believe we have the wrong score.
It was 14-4.
Damn, I wish it was
Sorry,
17.
folks. If you
We
did the
just got
math at
really
home, you
excited.
probably would have gotten there, but yeah, final score was 14-4.
It was a lot to a little. Who cares?
Yeah. I was like, wait, how does this math work for a walk-off? Yeah, 14-4. Stellar game, lots of hits all around. Again, another thing of us out hitting our opponents. I will say Washington State had a rough time on defense. 4 errors is
Yeah.
pretty brutal.
I mean, when the ball's just getting blasted left and right, it's
Yeah. Hey, put the ball in play. Bad things will happen. There's no there's no bad hops. Or if you hit a pop up, there's no bad hops. But if you hit it on the ground, bad things can happen.
I just hope all the guys that made errors for them have gushers in their sack lunch. Did your mom pack you some gushers?
Gushers. That being said, talking about hits, the Aztecs got a hit from each one of their 9 starters, 14 total hits, and stopped the slide that was our losing streak. 5 players drove in multiple runs. Max Farrell, of course, with the dinger, had 4 RBIs, which is a season high for him. Anthony Marnell, the 4th, also got 2 hits, knocking in a trio of runs, while Dawson Santana, Tice Peterson, and Zane Kelly all got 2 RBIs apiece. Adam Magpok scored 4 times.
Yeah, he just was running around the bases like constantly. It was hilarious.
I want to run.
Pretty much. He just was like every time it was like, oh, he's scoring again. Oh, he's scoring again. Also, to give up those 2 runs in the first inning and then the pitching just to completely just shut them down. Because I mean, obviously, it's nice when you get that 5 spot to rebound from for Leto, but he kept it pretty good through 5, and then the bullpen just didn't give up anything.
Yeah. Well,
gave up
when you got guys in
one hit over 3 innings.
Yeah. When you
between
got guys
Aiden Russell,
Chris Canavan, and Simon Lemke, like just shoving on the mound.
Yeah. I was happy for Canavan because I believe Canavan's last outing he had a little bit of a rough go, so it was good to see him have just kind of an easy shutdown inning. And I like Lemke and his sidearm stuff. I love it.
So fun, so fun.
Hit parade.
We want to move on to the unfortunate game of the weekend.
Yes, indeed. As long as we got the score right this time, damn. All right. I'm like, this one I did not go to.
Luckily, a smart person put the box score in our notes, so I can double check pretty easily now. This game was a bit of a downer. We ended up losing 2-7. Drew Talovs started the game, pitched the first 4 1/3, gave up 3 hits, but also gave up 6 earned runs.
Yeah.
3 walks, 2 hit by pitch, and another 7 strikeout game for the pitching staff, or for Drew. I mean, he started off well. His first 2 innings, he went 1-2-3, 1-2-3. So he got
no, it was
5 of his.
That was 5 of his strikeouts right there.
5 of his 7 strikeouts happened in the first 2 innings, which if you told me that's how it was going to start, that'd be awesome. But then the 3rd inning happens and you get put in a hole first by walking the first 2 guys, and ended up just playing small ball, which we saw in softball. Small ball can win you a game. You can get out hit, but still put up more runs at the end of the day, with a couple sac flies to score those first 2 runners. I think they ended up with 3 in that inning.
Yeah.
3 in that inning on a sac fly, a single to right field. Oh, and then a triple that ended up scoring the last guy. So giving up 3 in the 3rd, the Aztecs went down early, couldn't really do much moving forward, and they added on in the 5th, getting another 3, 2 of which from a 2-run single. It was pretty rough until the 7th, to say the least. By the 7th
even
inning,
then, I'm like,
Yeah, by the 7th inning, the boys were down 7-0. You're playing from behind at that point. We finally get a couple guys around the bases. Zane Kelly scores Dawson Santana. Uh, Meanwhile, Reeve Boyd moves to third base, and then Jabin Trosky gets a double, scoring Reeve. But at the end of the day, Zane gets stranded at third base, and that's all she wrote. This was a game of runners left on base. We ended up out hitting the Cougars 9-6, but that same ratio was how many we left on base.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, 9 guys left on base is a lot.
Yeah. Our pitching, other than those 2 innings, was pretty good, though. You have 9 strikeouts to the Cougars 4, and we only gave up 3 walks to their 4. I think we had a couple hit by pitches, but at the end of the day, you're not. It's a couple bad innings, and they strung together those hits in the same inning, and it ended up hurting us.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing too is like, I mean, you give them 5 free base runners with 3 walks and 2 hit by pitches, and then someone triples with somebody on base, and it's like, that's immediate runs. It just is what it is. It's just been really weird about our pitching staff because guys will look great, and then they just kind of like falter. And I think the biggest thing that I've noticed is the 2 things. For some reason, we get 2 outs and can't get the 3rd out, and a lot of times we don't give up 1 run. We give up crooked numbers.
Yeah.
And it's like the wheels fall off.
Yeah, which is what you're usually wanting to do on offense is put up a crooked number. If you do 1 run in every here and there, it's like it's pretty easy to jump back in this game. But when you give up 3, you give up 3 runs in 2 innings. It's a little bit demoralizing.
Yeah, and I mean the other thing too is it'd be nice to have some of the lower scoring wins instead of it always being, when we hit, we hit. But the pitching, even in some of these games, like that 14-4 is one of the first ones where we just blew somebody kind of out. Yeah. Usually it's been, oh yeah, we scored a bunch, but they also scored a bunch. And so, and honestly, the lower scoring games have been the ones that we end up getting the shit end of the stick most of the time.
Yeah. Well, speaking of high scoring games.
Yes, another high scoring game. So Sunday, you got Alec Velarde on the mound. Yes, another rubber match. It is interesting that both softball and baseball had a win, a loss, and then the 3rd game. But yeah, Alec Velarde with the start ends up with a no decision. He ends up going 5 innings, gives up 5 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 4 strikeouts. Decent, okay start. Nothing super great about it. Not horrible, but
that's pretty standard.
It's like, at least he went 5 innings. That's my thing. Yeah. It's like, at least you can make it through 5 so you're not having to tax everybody in your bullpen.
Yeah, because that's the thing. It's like you gave up 5 runs. You give up 5 runs in the first 3. Then you have your bullpen having to pitch the remaining 6. You give up 5, and you can spread out two relievers over the last 4 innings and still be sitting pretty.
Yeah. All right, let's give you the rundown. We'll kind of shoot through it, and then we can talk about it. All right, so Washington State scores 2 on a double in the first. Aztecs answer with a 6-run first inning. Tell me if you've heard that before. Drew Rudder with a 2 RBI single. Max Farrell hits his first career grand slam. So first home run on Friday, first career grand slam on Sunday. Pretty good. So end of the first, 6-2 Aztecs. Cougars plate 1 in the 3rd on an RBI single, so 6-3. Bottom of the 3rd. State scores 2 of their own with Santana and Kelly scored on consecutive squeeze bunts. So
that's crazy.
A little bit more small ball, man. I mean, there you go. Hey. Doesn't have to be doubles and bombs all the time. So that's crazy back to back squeeze bunts.
Yeah. I mean, if it works the first time,
why not do it again?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. If you don't know how to defend a squeeze bunt, you're gonna get run over. Like, yeah. It's a sketchy situation when you're being like, oh yeah, the guy's running by my side as I'm trying to field this ground ball, especially if you're the third baseman.
Yeah. So, well, you're like field, flip, throw. What do we do? You know what I mean? All right,
we've seen it
so
go bad for us as well.
oh, very much so. So after 3, it's 8-3. The fourth and the fifth, Washington State puts up 1 run in each inning, so 8-5 Aztecs. Washington State actually ties the game in the sixth by putting up 3. So tied at 8, end of 6. We take back the lead in the home half of the sixth.
Oh, that's
Marnell
brutal.
knocks in Tice Peterson with a single to right. Zach Justice crosses the plate on a Santana fielder's choice ground out to short. So we're up 10-8 heading into the seventh. Hold
That's
Washington State off the
brutal.
board in the seventh, and then we pull away pretty much in that inning. So we put up 5 runs on 4 hits. Peterson, Magpok, and Marnell all get RBI singles. Justice scores on another Santana fielder's choice. And then Magpok closes it out by stealing home.
Wow.
I like that. So we had 2 squeeze plays and a steal of home.
Yeah, where's that clip?
I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, was it a game that we couldn't watch? Maybe.
Yeah, I'll find it. I'll try and post it on social media. I'll send it to Mateo to post on the Sons of Montezuma site or
That'd be pretty sweet.
Insta.
So after 7, 15-8, Washington State scores one run again in the 8th and the 9th, but they fall short. We end up closing them out 15-10. So
that's pretty good.
Like I was saying, our relief pitching didn't shut anybody down this time. You know what I mean? Still gave up some runs. Not crooked numbers, luckily, but that's kind of the difference in a lot of that. Season high 15 runs on 19 hits. It's a lot of hits.
It's a lot of hits. Including a grand slam. So it's like it's crazy to think how many you're scoring close to a run a hit and still getting a grand slam out of it is pretty sick.
It's interesting because Max Farrell over the last 4 games, he only has 3 hits, but 2 of them, two are homers, and then he had a few sac flies too. So I mean, he got a lot of RBIs. It's just hopefully the contact comes with the power and he can get on base a little bit more. Anthony Marnell had a hell of a game too. Collegiate best for him, 4 hits. He went 4 for 5 with 2 RBIs, and he scored the go-ahead run in the 6th inning. That kind of put us ahead for the rest of the game. So, we'll say another name that we haven't seen a lot: Drew Rudder.
Yeah,
he hasn't played very much because he's been slumping. So he had 3 RBIs, went 3 for 4, which is also his collegiate best.
Yeah,
with 3 hits in a game.
So we had in that game alone, we had 3 guys get 3 or more hits.
Yep.
With Anthony Marnell, Drew Rudder, and Adam Magpok.
Yep. Well, when you get 19 hits, man, I'm like, holy shit.
They got to come from somewhere, I guess. I get it. It makes the logic is sound, but
I don't even get 19 hits on MLB The Show. That's like ridiculous. I'm like, damn. Oh man.
And to think you score 15 and can still get a save. I think that's pretty crazy too. Because Carson Johnson came in and got his first career save when he pitched the final 3 innings, getting 3 strikeouts, only allowing 2 earned runs and 1 walk on 4 hits, which is pretty cool to see a first for Carson.
Yeah, I mean, he's been only coming in as a starter, so it's interesting to see him come in like a long relief kind of situation. But also, he had that first start of the season that was so good, and since then he's struggled a little bit. So maybe just giving him a different mindset, low leverage. He gave up. In 3 innings, he gave up 1 run and 2 in each of the other back end 2 innings. So not great, but at the same time can kind of work on things instead of trying to do that in a start. A lot harder to work on things when you're beginning the game.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting to see how you can handle coming in an inning if somebody's on base, if you're having to start from the stretch. Just the stretch versus the windup can be a whole thing. Maybe you just change it up one day and you're just pitching from the stretch all game. You'll find something out when you get put in a new situation, whether that's relief or start or close or Like,
very, very true. Very true.
well, and you see it all the times with people that come up from high school and they're your high school ace starter, and eventually they go to college and they end up becoming a reliever, and they're pitching 1 or 2 innings, but they're shoving and they're able to do a lot more work in that little time. You're even seeing it with Roki Sasaki on the Dodgers, where it's like, oh, he was a
Boo.
phenom through 103, and now he's pitching 2 innings a day, maybe.
Boo. Boo.
I know, I
Dodgers.
know.
Boo.
Well,
Also,
you want to talk about
uh,
another LA
of
team?
of note, Isaac Ariza only pitched 1 inning in the game and actually gave up a run in the 1 inning that he pitched in the sixth. But he got the win for his first win of the year. So
I was gonna say, so that it's brutal to be like, hey, yeah, you pitched 5 innings, right? And when you left the game, we were winning, but then the inning you come out, we give up 3 runs to tie it, and so you lose the win. You lose the decision.
yeah, it's pretty rough. That's a little That's a tough one to swallow if you're the pitcher. That's for sure.
Yeah, you shove your team backs you up, and then as soon as you leave, you lose the decision.
Alrighty. And now on to our Tuesday matchup with USC.
The St.
Um,
Patrick's Day match.
yes, it was on St. Pat, but we didn't wear green. That's probably why we didn't win. You know what I mean?
That's fair. Not that USC was
Think,
wearing green, but
yeah, well, the University of Spoiled Children. Yeah.
Bryce McKnight will get the start in this one. Doesn't end up getting the decision, the win or the loss, but does throw 5 innings, giving up 5 hits, 4 earned runs, allowing 1 walk and hitting 2 batters and striking out 4. Pretty, again, average outing. He can't.
Have you ever seen there's like an account on Twitter that's like the Hall of Pretty Good? So instead of the Hall of Fame, that's like
Yeah.
these aren't quality starts. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. We need
Can't
a different
complain.
statistic. We need a different statistic.
Yeah,
But
like, what's the decision? Like, is that right?
this is okay.
It's okay.
He can stay on the team.
He might throw a couple innings next week.
But this game, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this game's kind of boring, to be honest. I mean, not a lot,
Yeah.
not as exciting as all these super high scoring games, that's for sure.
Well, and it's interesting because you can see for those who don't know, USC is ranked. They're the 13th overall team in the country, and when we play against ranked teams, we do perform to an extent. Like, we saw it when we played UCLA. We shut down one of the best offenses in the country, if not the best offense
Mm-hmm.
in the country. And you're seeing it here where up until later in this game, like, we were in the hunt.
Yeah, we were right with them. It's
So,
funny because most of everything that happened in the first was in the first inning.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, so we'll go through it. We end up scoring first, getting 2 on consecutive fielder's choice RBIs. Zach Justice and Adam Magpok score Trotsky and Max Farrell. Immediately after that, the Trojans bounce back, scoring 4. So now we're down, and we're playing from behind. But Bryce McKnight settles in. He puts up 4 scoreless innings, following that rough first inning, which is what you kind of need out of your starting pitcher to be like, hey, yeah, you give up the lead early, but you got to lock it. And he does that. He does pretty well, actually. But our offense was so much in this game of just being just there,
Yeah.
just close enough. We get 2 runners on in 4 consecutive innings and nothing to show for it. Like, so it's at the end of the day, it's a pitching duel
Yeah.
from that point on, and it doesn't really change until the 7th when we end up getting another 2. We get the leadoff runner on. Zach Justice doubles to get the runners to second and third. And we get back-to-back sac flies from Magpok and Anthony Marnell IV to tie the game at 4. Pretty good. Pretty good job.
And then
Dude.
I just feel bad for the guy that's
So
been nailing it down for the last 2+ weeks
well, and
comes
I
in.
will say, so before we get those 2 runs, Aiden Russell came in. He comes in the
Yes.
6th, shoves.
Yep.
1, 2, 3 inning. 7th, he gives up a triple early and has to battle.
Yeah.
He gives up a triple and has to battle. You have a runner in scoring position. He ends up clutching it up. So 2 innings, hasn't given up a run. Then comes the 8th, and it's something we've seen before, not from Aiden Russell, but in the Aztec softball and baseball, where one bad inning can ruin a great outing.
Yeah.
And starts with a walk, and then another walk, walk, then a hit by pitch. Our defense comes up clutch. We get 2 foul outs. So again, 2 runners on, 2 outs. You need 1 out to get out of this inning. Instead, you get a walk and a walk to give up
That
1
scores.
run,
Yeah, scores a run.
and then a 2 RBI single plates 2 more. So now you're down 3. And finally, we have to bring in Aiden Abadi. Abadi.
Connor
Connor
Abadie.
Abadi. Aiden Russell, Connor Abadi. Again, my names mixed up. Comes in, gets the last out of the inning, and it's kind of all she wrote. We get a guy on late in the 9th, but too little, too late. Against a ranked team, they capitalized on what was a rough inning, and sometimes it goes your way, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
We
And I
had that game
mean,
against you.
even
Yeah.
with that one horrible inning, if you take it and look at the amount of work that Aiden Russell's put in over the last couple of weeks, like his stats are still amazing. So it's like
Yeah.
it happens, man. It happens. And it stinks the timing of it against the team that it would have been sweet to sweep UCLA and USC. Would have been awesome. But it still, I mean, we probably had chances to score, and we didn't score anything after that. Those last 2 runs in the 7th. So I just feel bad for him because I'm sure it probably hits him hard because he's been so good.
And what I'll say, I think the best thing to come out of this game, this loss, is one of the things Kevin Vance wanted when he came here was to make SDSU the best team in Southern California. And when we go up against ranked teams like this and we show up as much as we did, like we were in this game. We won against UCLA. We're putting good matchups together in Southern California teams to try and get our name out there to be a team that what is the vast majority or vast allotment of Southern California baseball players coming out of high school, people are going to want to be here.
Yeah, and I mean, he even said that that's why he scheduled them. He wanted to see how we matched up with them, and I mean, we hung right with them, so you can't be upset about it. The fact that I was checking on it, and the fact that we were tied going into the end of the game, I was loving it. There was after last year, I would have been like, yeah, we're gonna get run out of the freaking stadium. So the expectations have drastically shifted at this point. But yeah, so I mean, you want to move on to our baseball players of the week?
Yeah, so we'll get into. We have
Want to start with pitching?
Yeah, we'll
start with pitching. Pitching was interesting because we didn't have any like super dominant performances by anybody in our pitching staff over the weekend. You want to take the first one? I'll take the second one.
Yeah, sure. Rowan Leto, getting his 3rd win of the season. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, or 4 runs, 3 of which that were earned, and another 7 strikeout performance. Like you can't knock that. That's a solid outing. That's a quality start. I'll say that's a quality start. 7 strikeouts, 3 earned runs, and only allowing 2 walks.
Yeah, definitely helps keep him on that pitcher of the year, radar. That's for sure.
Definitely.
And then mine's a little bit out there. He didn't do great. He didn't do bad. He did pretty good.
Pretty good.
Mine's Bryce McKnight. I really like Bryce McKnight. After he had so many rough outings to start the season, and then he pitched so well at Cal State Fullerton and couldn't get any help.
Yeah.
And so he couldn't get a win. And I feel like this game was very similar to that, where he had one bad inning in the very first inning and managed to keep us in the game through 5 to shut out the 13th ranked team for the next 4 innings to at least give us a chance to be in the game and to win. So it's so easy to just like fall off that cliff after having a rough, like you had a 2-run lead, you give up 4 in the first, and it'd be really easy to lose all confidence and just kind of go downhill. But he picked himself up and kind of carried on, and I think that's huge. And it seems like after that Cal State Fullerton start, I think he's got more to build on, and I think he's gonna progressively become more of a fixture in the rotation, personally.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember if he had the home game. Yeah, against Long Beach State. Was that no?
Yes. Yeah. With a one that it was back and forth and back and forth.
So it's something that that you're seeing a little early in that he gives up runs early, but it's not out of the ordinary for you're coming in cold, right? And so if you can capitalize later and get out of that funk, which he clearly did in this game, it's awesome to see this ability to bounce back. And what you saw earlier where it was three earned runs, that Long Beach State game giving up 8. It's meanwhile only 3 of those were earned, but 2 home runs, including a 3-run and a 4-run, is a bit of a you're going to be thinking about that the rest of the time you're out there. You're like, oh, do I really want to pitch this guy again? But going up against a ranked team like he did on Tuesday and going down early and not immediately having the backup of your offense, having the offense come out early, getting those 2 runs so that it's not a 4-0 deficit is awesome. But you give up 4 and then your guys don't immediately bounce you back. You got to be thinking about it. And I think he did amazing to keep his head on straight and pitch what was an amazing outing from that second inning on.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think what you're just seeing is growth, which I think that's, Kevin Vance it's one of the reasons why he followed over here, because Bryce McKnight was an Arizona guy. That's where he came from. But to follow Kevin Vance, and I think you can see why. I think that you're seeing him grow and mature, and I really do think that he's going to find his groove here and there. You know what I mean? I think he's improving every time that he's pitching, at least from what I can see.
Yeah. Well,
all right.
The sign of a good pitching coach. Players of the week. I mean, I will say this is kind of like our softball pitchers of the week. I think we might have too many. We're getting into this point of you have so many people, especially when you're dealing with 4 games, 3-4 games. And like you said about Max Farrell, where Max Farrell has some amazing hits. He has the grand slam. He has the home run. And so you want to shout out Max Farrell. But at the end of the day, he only got 3 hits.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, shout out to Max Farrell as an honorable mention.
Yeah. And I think that's tough too, because I mean, even that USC game, there were some we didn't get a ton of hits. So I think if you took just the Washington State games, like the statistics are just ridiculous. But when you add in the USC game, it kind of like there's only one person that the USC game helped statistically on the offensive side.
Yeah. So taking into the first 3 games, the Washington State games, you're thinking Anthony.
Yeah, I think Anthony Marnell the fourth would be mine, because he's been all season he's been showing up here and there. And this last weekend he had a good weekend. He went 6 for 13, 461 batting average, scored 3 runs, and had 6 RBIs. I mean, even in the USC game, he didn't get a hit, but he did get an RBI.
Nice. Yeah. Which in those kind of games, that's all you can really. You're seeing it more this year than you were last year of guys understanding the role that they need to play when, especially when runners are in scoring position. You're seeing as many
Productive.
sack flies as you are now that are being capitalized on and being like, oh, we got a runner on third. We got to. The fact that you have, hey, we got a runner, we got our first two guys on, runner on second and third, and you have back to back sack flies and we tie this game.
Yeah.
That's not something that we were seeing last year. And it's
Yeah.
awesome to see the guys know their role and be able to capitalize on those situations.
And it's interesting too, because that being said, the games that we do fall short on offense, it seems like that's when we do fall into the trap of trying to hit a home run, trying to hit a double, trying not to just do a job. Like productive outs are way more beneficial. Like the USC game, we left 10 guys on base. So I think that that's something to be said about that. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think Anthony Marnell had a great weekend. Hopefully he keeps moving forward with it, and just builds on it. And then, yeah, there's a few other people, but if you want to jump on the next one.
Yeah. So I will say, I think Adam Magpok is another one of those contenders, especially if you take out the USC game. That USC game, I think, dropped his batting average from like over 400 to 353 over the span of those 4 games.
Yeah, because I believe he was 6 for 13, and then he went 0 for 4.
Yeah, so almost 500 batting average. And then you go to a 6 for 17, but still 4 RBIs, 5 runs, and a stolen base. That's a pretty great outing across 4 games.
And his
Especially
stolen
ones where
base
we're
was,
scoring as many as we are.
he stole home.
Yeah, that's a pretty important stolen base.
And then I think we can both agree on the last one. So
Yeah.
the one that benefited from the USC game because he got 3 hits in it. Tice Peterson.
Yeah, those 3 hits give him a 500 batting average on the weekend, a 579 on base percentage, which is gnarly. 3 runs, 3 RBIs, so scoring, getting guys across the plate, and another stolen base. So yeah, I would say if I picked one person for the full 4 games, I'd probably say Tice Peterson.
I think all in all, good weekend. I think is the way.
Yeah.
Good weekend and week for both softball and baseball. I think is.
Yeah. So at the end of the day, we win the conference series, so we're looking good in the conference standings. We're putting in a good effort against a ranked team, which I think is good to have in between to get our minds on track to be playing hard, grind them out baseball, going into what is going to be an interesting weekend when you have a doubleheader, especially.
Yeah,
which we do.
I think it's our first doubleheader of the year, and I think this might be the first weekend that baseball plays more games than softball.
I think you're right. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So this is a weird one. So we are playing in San Jose 4 games, 2 of which are against San Jose State. 2 of them are against UConn. Which I'm
not gonna act like I know why that's it.
Yeah, like why UConn? I don't know. They were just in town. They wanted to play a baseball game. I don't know. But so 4 games in 3 days, starting on Friday. The San Jose State games will be on the Mountain West Network. So if you're wanting to watch those games, they'll be on the Mountain West Network. I don't think the UConn games are televised, so that's rough. But we will play against San Jose State at 1 p.m. on Friday. So they must be playing a doubleheader against UConn on Friday.
Yeah, that's probably exactly what's going on.
Yeah. Because then on Saturday, we will play against UConn at noon, followed up immediately by a game against San Jose State at 4:30. Again, those San Jose State games will be on the Mountain West Network. And then we end the weekend against UConn at 11 a.m. On Sunday, March 22nd. So a bit of a weird way they're doing this, but end of the day, 4 games over 3 days, 2 of which against San Jose State, 2 of which against UConn. It's going to be an interesting one.
Yes. Yeah, that's I don't know because it's not a tournament or anything. So I have no idea. No guess. So if anybody out there knows, please let us know because
Put
I
it in
know
the
that there's
comments.
crazy blizzard over on the East Coast. Are they just hanging out over here to get away from it? I don't know. That'd
You
be
know,
really
that honestly might be a thing if they pay out teams out here to use our fields. That'd be interesting.
But how would you know? I mean,
I
that would
don't
be
know,
crazy
man.
to know. Be like, oh, there's gonna be a blizzard, bro. Let's go play in San
Let's go
Jose.
play in San Jose. And why? Like, of all places, San Jose. Don't get me wrong, I like San Jose, but
All right.
but yeah,
Well, thank you everybody because that was a lot. Those high
we've been
scoring games give us a lot to talk about. Like, damn.
yeah. Well, when you score as many as you do in the baseball games, it's pretty crazy to try and get everyone their
That
limelight.
Flowers. Yeah. That's the tough part. I don't want to just feed you the box score and be like, all right, this one person did good. See you later.
Yeah, we're here for the players. We want everyone to get their time in the sun, and especially when you have such good games as we did this week, it's awesome to see, and we're going to talk about it. That being said, we should probably go. So please follow on all of our social medias, that being Instagram, Facebook, X. Listen to us and watch us on Twitch, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and check out
Apple.
the Sons of Montezuma app, or the app. There's not an app yet. The website, and the shop. There's a whole bunch of stuff over there. Eventually, one day we'll probably get shirts or maybe some glasses or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
We'll
we'll
talk to Mateo.
check out. Yeah, the NIL shop is sweet. I mean, a lot better merch than you can get through SDSU itself. To be honest, a lot less boring.
Yeah, and probably a little cheaper, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
because
that's it.
all their stuff is Nike.
Listen, that Nike swoosh, bro, it's expensive. Okay. Wrong side. All right. Thanks for listening.
Till next time, guys. Who are we going to root for, Sean?
Stay